Hi all, how are you? I am good. Thank you for asking. Welcome to my channel. My name is Jessie. Welcome if you are new. Thank you for coming back if you are returning. Today's video is another collab. I found a wonderful group on Facebook of homeschooling YouTube moms. And so this week we are doing a collab about the 5 reasons why we decided to homeschool, why we homeschool, why we love homeschooling, all of that. And I will link the playlist down below so you can go check all of the other moms out. I am probably one of the newest moms here. I was like, can someone who's just starting out do it? And they were like, yeah, sure. So I'm gonna give it a try. So 5 reasons why I have decided to homeschool. And I've got my list, so excuse me, I had to write it down. Otherwise, you know, I ramble. No, I don't. What are you talking about? And I'm also watching my little one play in a puddle out on my deck. So if I'm a little, you know, all over the place, that's why. Number 1, and these really aren't like least to greatest or, you know, 1 to 5 or 5 to 1 or anything. They're just reasons I wrote down why I am. So my number 1 reason that is not number 1, but it is number 1, is and it's going to sound kind of controlling, but I control what they learn. Being their teacher, I control what we learn. I'm going to say we learn because I know I'm going to learn. Doing this, I control the curriculum, I control the books, I know exactly what they're learning when they go to school. Like last year, I have no idea what they learned or what they were working on or anything like that because I only know what they brought home and had to work on at home and that kind of stuff. But I know like every detail of what they're learning and all the books that they're getting their hands on, and I can, you know, switch it up if I need to. We'll talk about that a little later, but just one reason I am homeschooling is so that I can choose what they learn. And it might be different from what the school system or what you do or what my neighbor does or what this homeschooling mom does. But that's why, because that's homeschool and that's how cool it is. Number 2, it says flexibility with schedule. Now what I mean by this is we just moved to a new town. We are about 3.5, 4 hours away from family. I've never lived in this small of a community, and with John's work, if you don't know, my husband is a law enforcement officer, and with his work, he does not get normal weekends. He does not get normal vacations. It's just kind of all over the place. So one reason I have decided to homeschool is so that I am not stuck in a brand new town away from family with a crazy husband work schedule, stuck on the public schools schedule. I want to be able to choose when we take our breaks, how long our work is going to be, how long our work week is going to be. Oh, we are doing something that day? Well, we can reschedule work here and there. And my husband can't, you know, summer is a very demanded time for vacations. So maybe we don't want to take our vacation in the summer. We want to take our vacation in December. Sorry, I'm laughing at my baby. When everyone else is still in school, but it'll be easier for him to get that work off because it's not in such high demand and we can work our work around it, or we could take our work with us. That is why I have chosen to homeschool, is the flexibility of the schedule. I am not stuck on someone else's schedule. I can go down, ooh, he got a remote wet. I can go down to doctor's appointments for 2 days because we're keeping our doctors in our old town and not worry about them missing school and truancy problems and all of that. We can take school with us, or we can reschedule it to when we need and we can have those days off. It just depends. Number 2, also flexibility, and kind of goes along with knowing and controlling what they learn. Hold on, I have to get that. I don't want this in the water, kid. Dang it, you probably ruined it. So, I'm sorry, as I was saying, he was like dunking our remote control in the little puddle. As I was saying, with flexibility and kind of along with controlling what they learn, I have flexibility with curriculum. They're not forced on one curriculum. Maybe my daughter needs something else different from my son. Maybe my second daughter will need something than the first two ever did. You never know. So I can have, one math curriculum because it's easier for this child, and one math curriculum because it's easier for that child. I can do this history, that history, that kind of thing. That is why I chose to homeschool, is because I can learn my children's needs and then, educate them the way that they need to be educated. Whether that's, I don't know. Like I said, it's just if they need one thing and another child needs a different thing, we can work that out, and you're not stuck having to learn the same thing everyone else is learning because that's what we're going to do. I can change it if I need to. I can buy you a different kind of book if you need it, that kind of thing. Number 4 is, I titled it Being a Part of Their Life because I didn't quite know how to word it. I kind of view sending my children to school as sending them to daycare. It costs, about the same. Not really. But I feel like I miss so much of them during the school year. Last year, they went to school from 8 to 4. And in our household, that does not leave a lot of room for play or rest. It's all schoolwork. It's school from 8 to 4. It's homework from 4 to 5, or 4:30 to 5:30, or whenever we got home. Then we were doing sports, which left you no time on that particular day. And I just feel like now that I'm homeschooling, we have a little more time, and it's not school, dinner, bedtime, repeat. I feel like I will know them and I'll be able to learn them, and they won't be strangers to me like I feel like they were this past year. Not knowing your own children is a really weird thing, and I understand you totally can, but with 4 children, it was just not happening. So I'm glad that I'm homeschooling so that I can learn my children and know what is going on in their lives and have time for them, together and individually. Yeah, just to be with them and a part of their lives and not send them off for 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. I don't know. It's like babysitting more than parenting, I think. And that's just my total opinion. And number 5 is because I have chose to homeschool because my husband wants me to. And if you've watched any of my other videos, you might have heard me talk that John, when we were getting ready to figure out what to do for kindergarten with Ty, we kind of started talking about, so what are we going to do for school? And John voiced that he really, I really would like you to homeschool. I've always wanted, I knew he always wanted a stay-at-home wife and a stay-at-home mom, and then he kind of added in, and I also want, my stay-at-home mom to homeschool. And at that point, it scared me to death. You would not believe. Nope. I was like, I'm sorry. That is one area that I cannot, oblige you in, that I won't do. I can't do. I was scared to death because of a previous, my own being homeschooled experience. I did not want to turn out like that. I didn't want anything to go wrong. I was just frightened. So I said, no, I'm sorry. That's the one thing I can't do. We're going to be sending them to school, whether it's public, private, charter, whatever. And then now we've gone through 3 years of school with Tyron. He'll be in 3rd grade. He went to public kindergarten, public 1st grade, and a charter 2nd grade. And we had an awful experience in his 1st grade. And that kind of got me thinking maybe you should homeschool. But then we ended up in a very amazing charter school last year. And I didn't really feel the need to, but now that we've moved into a different area and there's no charter available to us easily, and I'm terrified to send them back to a public school because of what happened in Tyron's 1st grade, the Lord said, now you can homeschool. You've tried your public school, you've tried your charter school. We will never in our entire lives be able to afford private education. Now you need to homeschool. And so I feel like I'm doing what I want to do now. It's not being forced upon me. John would never force anything upon me, but he was so gracious in saying, okay, fine, we'll let that go. And now I'm like, now I want to homeschool for my kids, for myself, and for my husband, because my husband, this is like his, he doesn't have many goals for me, I guess. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean this is like the one thing, he only has set things, and this is one of them. So, that sounded horrible, and I didn't mean it to. But, so, I am homeschooling because my husband would like that. And, of course, he knows that it means he'll be helping every once in a while with enforcing, I suppose. But, okay, I was just looking at the kid again. I hope you enjoyed this video. Those are my 5 reasons I have chosen to homeschool. Please remember, go check out that playlist and watch all of the other moms. I'm so excited to have found this group. You have no idea. I'm so excited. I hope you have a great afternoon, morning, evening, whenever you are watching this, and we will see you all in my next video. Bye.